This is a Poeartistry Gold Moment by the author James Lynch. Yes, welcome to this Poeartistry Gold Moment, Part A, Perceptive Reader. I want to share an account with you because the statement, all is fair in love and war, okay, you might have heard that said before. And then to add an additional thought to that, you might remember me saying all is fair in love, war, and business. And then I want to make another statement where people say, do whatever it takes. See, all of that actually has a connection with the way people carry out business and even professionalism today. And it's given as a matter of encouragement, depending on what type of scenario, or should I say, or what type of seminar you go to, you attend. And they do a great job. If you ever been to any of those type of sales, marketing seminars, team building, or what have you, you hear statements like that made, and the way that the instructor or the teacher or the master is doing it or mentioning it, it truly is in an uplifting way. It truly is applicable with the way they actually are teaching it. And some persons take those statements, you see, they run with them and they put some good out in the world, put some good out in their communities. And in the process, they even improve in different areas of their life at different speeds. You see, at different rates. Now, isn't that wonderful? I'm here to still mention to you today that there is still a flip side of those same uplifting, encouraging statements that we just said. Where I don't know so much about all this fair in war and love or love and war, but all the same, the other ones that I mentioned afterwards about goodness, about doing whatever it takes, showing that you have the determination to follow through on whatever your plan is. You see, your blueprint, your project that you're working on, whether it's patents, website, content creation, being the best supervisor that you can be, being the best employee that you can be, no matter what the task happens to be. See, some people actually are able to still gain happiness from whatever that job assignment is. Their minds have been conditioned in that way. And I don't mean it in a way of, oh, maybe the person just don't know any better that they're doing this menial task job. Oh, and that's the way that they view it. And yet there are many, many individuals that they could still take what is being viewed as a menial type job and still make a great living out of it. Because one, they know how to manage money, and they know how to be honest with money and things of that nature. So I just thought I'd tell you that. Well, I want to give you something here as a reference that I want to read. And even though it is an illustration, see, this actually really did happen. It was more than just an illustration. This was actually foreshadowing in another way through a parable that it still happened. And this action, these views, are the types that we don't want for ourselves personally, but you know what? It does still show what happens in business. It shows what happens to ownership, to titles, to websites, to intellectual property, to job assignments. Who is in charge of what? When? Or what have you. And all this of what I want to really emphasize to you is the reason why I say there's too much, even in the world where, how that song go, and I say to myself, what a wonderful world. See, even within this wonderful world, we have these attitudes and these actions going on today. If they didn't go on today, then we wouldn't need as many, you see, peace officers that there are in the world, and etc. First responders who are doing more than just emergency care on people, but actually having to protect people. So we realize in our mind, it's a wonderful world. It's what we still end up making of it. And yet we realize we have to address these different situations that are going on around us. So let me share with you one account that Jesus used in the parable that applied in his situation. And so I'm still taking this spiritual parable principle here to tell you the same thing happens in business when it is allowed to happen in business by certain ones that have these same type of attitudes. Remember, we're dealing with intellectual property. We're dealing with names. We're dealing with titleships and things of that nature. All of this is really shown as to what happened with Jesus. Okay. And it's in Mark chapter 12, verses 1 through 9. Jesus then began to speak to them in parables. A man planted a vineyard. He put a wall around it, dug a pit for the winepress, and built a watchtower. Then he rented the vineyard to some farmers and moved to another place. At harvest time, he sent a servant to the tenants to collect from them some of the fruit of the vineyard. But they seized him, beat him, and sent him away empty-handed. Then he sent another servant to them. They struck this man on the head, or they struck this man on the head and treated him shamefully. He sent still another, and that one they killed. He sent many others. Some of them they beat, others they killed. He had one left to send, a son whom he loved. He sent him last of all, saying, "They will respect my son." But the tenants said to one another, "This is the heir. Come, let's kill him, and the inheritance will be ours." So they took him and killed him and threw him out of the vineyard. Jesus asked, which is stated in verse 9, "What then will the owner of the vineyard do?" Perceptive reader, thank you for being here on this James Poeartistry moment, or this Poeartistry Gold moment, part A, and have a very wonderful, wonderful day.